stream here in the other tab. Welcome to the Samurais of Sound Community Hub. I am your host, the production manager for Samurais of Sound, Austin David Coffey, and I am here to field any questions about kickstarting your voice acting career through our many wonderful resources, and also just to chat about whatever creative endeavors we may have been involved in or are working on, anything we've been wondering that is on our mind. We are here for you every Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. We have people joining in on Zoom. We are open to the public. We have people tuning in on YouTube, several different channels, Facebook, Twitch, and I see some people coming in on Twitter, X. Jaquez is entering the waiting room. And
see, you don't know what's going to come up.
hello, Jaquez.
All right, guys. I'm
on my way out. Give me a second.
All right, thanks again, Adrian, for the help with the texting and stuff.
One second.
I'll see y'all next Tuesday.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to mute you, Jaquez. Looks like you got some stuff going on in the background there. Okay. So, welcome. I wanted to just basically get started by introducing, I already introduced myself, but if we could just go around and talk about who we are, where we're at in our voice acting journey, or journey as a creative artist, actor, etc., and any specific questions or any just thoughts you've been having over the week that you want to share. So with that in mind, I spoke with KJ earlier, but if you could introduce yourself to the group.
Okay, thanks, Austin. Hi, I'm KJ Hoyt, brand new here. I saw ads for it's called Strawberry Studios, right, Austin?
Our physical studio, our production facility is called Strawberry Hill Studio. We are just on the other side of the Golden Gate Bridge in Marin County. That's where I'm sitting this evening. And the name of our online voiceover education services is Samurais of Sound.
Samurais of Sound. I saw ads for you guys. Thank you for walking me through what the membership and includes. Like I told you before, I'm a teacher right now, but I'm looking to branch out and learn some new skills. And, hopefully, ideally, one day I could become a paid voice actor for video games or anime or anything else.
Yeah. And I'm just curious, do you have, as a teacher, do you have access to like career development funds that might be like, this is something that, would qualify for that sort of thing if you have?
I think I do. I'll have to look into that, but thank you thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, not to muddy the waters, but it is sort of that sort of, it's a career development service, right? Professional development. So, very good. Well, Andrew, welcome back. Looks like your microphone might be turned off, or Zoom is not listening to the right microphone. So let me know if you have any questions about getting that set up. And forgive me if my voice starts to give out. I am a little bit under the weather, hence the fizzy drink here, my kombucha that I'm going to be chugging. And just having mic issues. Let me know if you have any specific questions or you need some help. I always start with the little.
Hello.
Oh, there you are. I can hear you.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Just technology issues. Okay. Anyway. Hi. I'm sorry I missed the last meeting before because I accidentally stumbled from food coma from fried chicken before. So
It happens.
yeah. Anyway. For voice acting, I've been pretty much practicing every day, like making my own scripts and all that, and like making my own stories, something to prep me up and all that. And I'm still we're looking for jobs for voice acting too as well.
Great. So it sounds like you've spent. So at our last meeting, what you may have missed if you weren't there, although I think this was several weeks ago, just because of how we had a role play workout and stuff. We had talked about the idea of baking our practice and audition time into our weekly schedule, right? So it sounds like you've been practicing really consistently, so that's great.
Hmm.
And
And I'm working on signing up for the membership too.
yes, yeah, you're always on our mind with regards to that. It's just it's because of the nature of the arrangement. It's taking longer with the
Yeah.
with the mail.
Yeah.
So yes, and thank you for even though you missed last week for picking the ball back up and coming again this week. That's really great.
Yep.
Great to hear. So I'm gonna move along to Keisha. Keisha, welcome. I don't believe that we have met formally yet. Hello, Keisha. Can you hear me? Okay. I think Keisha maybe have stepped away from the meeting. So we'll move on to let's see who's next. Ijoma. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, my name is Ijoma. I am a university student studying psychology. I am very, very, very new to this voice acting thing. But it's kind of what I would like to do professionally once I graduate. So right now I'm just, doing my best to learn all I can about the industry and also practice on my own when possible.
Wonderful. Oh my gosh. So what is it that captures your imagination and your interest with regards to voice acting?
Well, I do have experience like acting. Like I've done theater all through like middle school, high school, and I've done some here at my college. And like being on stage is cool and everything, but for me, just kind of like the body element of it, like it's hard for me to, I guess, like step outside my own body because when you're on stage, you have to constantly be like, your expressions have to be responding to like what's happening on stage and to everyone. And not that you don't do that in voice acting, but I just feel like for me, it's better when I can like kind of focus all my acting into my voice without having to worry about what my body is doing on stage and how that's being portrayed to the audience. And like a voice acting, you can more you're more able to become a character because like the animation is kind of like there to support you.
Right. Yeah, that's an interesting point. I also heard it said that you're not restricted to voices that it looks like you would be able to make, right? Characters that look like kinds of voices that you'd be able to produce. You have the freedom to really push the boundaries as you're making these recordings. So I'm curious, what has been your, if any, like a practice regimen, or maybe some auditions or groups that you're a part of? Like, what has been your sort of experience with training and resources?
I read a lot of like anime scripts because like that's like my goal, I guess, is to get into English dub. So I read a lot of anime scripts and just kind of like trying to, I guess, put my own spin on the character. It's kind of hard because like, when you're very familiar with the show, you're like used to hearing a character sounding a certain way. But like I don't want to like just replicate, the voice. I want to kind of like add my own, personality to it. So that's kind of like what I've been working on, just practicing like reading scripts and reading aloud and like recording my own voice and kind of just getting used to how I sound because, listening to yourself is kind of cringe, but
I
part of
know
the
it's hard to
job.
get over that sometimes. Yeah, that. I appreciate the honesty there. Yeah, it takes some getting used to, but the fact that you're going through the motions, opening up your DAW, making recordings, and listening back, that's the start, right? So getting that into your routine, and we're here to help you with that. I'm really really stoked that you mentioned English dubbing, because we actually have a dubbing workshop coming up in April.
So, you know, like the date? I want to put it in my calendar.
Yeah, I'll show you. So I'll share my screen here. You can always check out what we have coming up on our website. So this is the front page of our website. If you go to learn and voiceover workshops. Oh wait, let me switch the view here for the folks at home, by which I mean watching the stream. We're all at home. But, okay. So where was I? Voiceover workshops. So coming up in... Oh, that's right. It hasn't been listed on to the public yet. It's open to members right now. So we will get it listed. It's with Wendy Lee. So here, let me do this because I was gonna probably do this at some point anyway. I'll log in and show you what it looks like from the members side. So when you put in your username, password, log in, this is where you go. And you can see some of the, like I said, sometimes we keep the events exclusive for members for a few weeks before we open them up. And one of those is Wendy Lee. So Wendy Lee is doing this auditioning for video games and anime, part 1 of 2. And Wendy Lee is, of course, the voice director and actress from Cowboy Bebop and Bleach. And she's doing a masterclass on... did I say dubbing? I said dubbing, right? I'm thinking of a different... I've got my workshops mixed up. I'm thinking of another Karen Strassman workshop we have coming up. And I can get you the date for that. That's going to be... Let me... Hold on. I'm getting a little confused and ahead of myself here. Let's go to... I think it's in June. Yep. June 14th, if you want to write that down. This one is a bit more of a breaking news kind of announcement. We don't have it listed anywhere yet, but it's going to be Saturday, June 14th, if you want to take a note of that. And if you keep an eye on your emails, you will definitely be hearing about it in the coming weeks. But it is an anime dubbing workshop with Karen Strassman from Bleach, and we're going to be working with some scenes from Bleach and other anime, and recording, and Karen is, of course, a seasoned dub voice actress, so she's going to be able to give you some really valuable feedback as you go, and it's going to be really exciting. So more details on that in the coming weeks, but do you have any questions about that so far?
Do you know like the time on Saturday?
Yep. It's going to be 10:30, signing on and testing out the your connection with your DAW and Dropbox or Google Drive folder, because that's where you'll be uploading your audio so the engineer can sync it up. So 10:30 will be the log on time, and then 11 is when Karen will be there. 11 a.m. and that's Pacific time. So 3 hours later would be Eastern time. That's 2 o'clock. Yeah.
And I also, sorry, I'm kind of new to all this terminology. What's a DAW?
Great question. A DAW is an acronym. It is, the letters are DAW, and it stands for Digital Audio Workstation. So basically, it's a fancy word for a computer program that you use to record audio. In most cases, for voice actors, that's going to be Audacity, because it's a free cross-platform DAW that can pretty much do everything voiceover related that other DAWs that are paid can do. So I'm sure that makes a bit more sense to you. Do you use a particular DAW?
I do use Audacity because it's free.
Yep, absolutely. We are big advocates for Audacity until you start getting into music production, if that's your thing, which we do a lot of at the studio as well. But for voiceover, Audacity is really, really a great tool to learn and become proficient with. And I have a background in addition to voice acting as a recording engineer and audio engineer. So, of course, that's one of my areas of expertise as well, if you have any questions about that. But while I'm at it, because I realize this workshop is still in its exclusivity period, I will go ahead and provide the link to it. This one's the Wendy Lee workshop. This one is actually sooner. This one is sooner, and it's all about auditioning for video games and anime. And so I will provide a link to that as well. Remember, as a member, though, you get 30% off. So you would want to use your member discount code. provided a link to that there in the chat. Okay, so any questions about upcoming workshops or about the membership in general, resources that are available to you? No questions so far. Oh, good. I saw that Jaquez has joined us, but I see that you're driving, so if you don't want to contribute at this moment, that would be totally understandable.
Hey, Austin.
Hey, Jaquez, how's it going?
Fun. And yes, I am driving right now. And I'm about to get me something to eat. Because I feel the munchies. Because I didn't have anything to eat for lunch.
Very nice, very nice. And how has your week been going? I think I saw you at the last roleplay workout, which was great.
Oh, my week going pretty good, actually. Get to play a whole lot of chess. Sadly, I just lost on the last final round. I almost come close.
Looks like there may be some lag going on. Thanks for sharing about the chess, your chess activity. That's so cool. I was very into chess for a time as well. I think I remember seeing Jaquez active on the server this week. We have weekly
Oh,
and...
I don't know why.
Oh, I can hear you
My,
again.
yeah, my phone connected to a different Wi-Fi. Sometimes it will keep on turning on Wi-Fi connected to a random Wi-Fi. Like I freaking hate it.
Yeah, sometimes if I'm on the go, I'll just turn my Wi-Fi off. Like on the iPhone, it'll be like, turn off for an hour. I'll just do that.
Yeah, but overall, I have a question with recording. When I'm about to record, like for the challenges and like for Berserker, around my area, I get a whole lot of background noise. So I end up, after when I finish recording, I have to go on Audacity and try to, like, to lower, like trying to soundproof the background noise in some certain way. How helpful is that strategy? Because I'm trying to do it where there's no noise, period.
Well, typically the earlier along in the process you can address those problems, the better. So it starts with making sure that you've chosen the right recording environment for what works with you in your life right now. So can you talk a little bit about your recording space?
My recording space of right now, to be honest, is really in my back room or in my den, depending on it.
Okay.
And the only reason for that is because I'm currently in like renovation of my house. So after like stuff happened in the family, I had to move some stuff around. So because one, there's one room that I'm trying to make it into my recording studio. I had to move some stuff out and then trying to move all my equipment to that particular room.
Okay, so
But
what I'm hearing is you're in a bit of a transition phase where you're moving your stuff into a new room.
yes, and not only that, I had to remodel the house on top of that.
Wow, it's quite the change. So, it's understandable if there's going to be background noise in your audio. It sounds like once you get your equipment where it's supposed to be, it might be a bit less of an issue. So, the important thing is that you have a long-term plan for getting that set up. And in the meantime, it shouldn't discourage you from practicing and training on a consistent basis. And that's what those challenges on the member server are designed for, is to get you going through the motions of doing character work, developing the kinds of voices, how do you approach the script, opening up your DAW, practicing your technical skills, hitting record, right? Doing takes, comping together those takes, maybe doing a little bit experimenting with your audio production techniques with the compressors and EQs and stuff. and then and actually delivering a piece of audio, right? So going through those motions, which is what you're going to be doing as you audition, if you're using online platforms, and we have a list of those in the membership as well that you can refer to. So to answer your question was, does it matter if there's background noise? Well, it would matter if it was an audition, but because we're practicing and because you're going through a transition, you should go ahead and just record and do your best, and submit it anyway, and that will be fine for now, right?
Okay, that sounds like a plan. And also, for the genius, or not the devotee, but devotee, the genius. I was trying to send that recording way earlier so I can have have it enough time so people can like vote, because I did for the Berserker and the Wild Keeper
Very cool.
at the last minute, and I said like when I get home, that's what I should have done. Trying
Yeah,
to
if you're going for votes, getting it in early is key if you want that $25 credit. It is based on the amount of people who react to your recording. So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, I will share my screen here, and we'll go over a little bit about what goes on in the members server, because it's pretty fun. Excuse me. So again, we're looking here behind the curtain at the members library, and one of the membership benefits, which is also available as an app, is the Samurai Sound member community server. And this is an opportunity for you to get some consistent practice in and some feedback from your peers and from us as well. So here we have the feed, and as you can see, Jaquez has been posting in the community, and we have some introductions here as well. But what we're focused here is the challenges. When you click on the challenges tab, you can see some of these challenges. I think I might be able to see some ones that you can't. Is that correct? No, because I'm using my personal account and not the studio account. So these are where you find the 10-minute voice boost weekly challenges. So we have people who are recording on a weekly basis, and then this is where what we were talking about before, where it's the 2025 monthly monologue challenge series, which is based on a story I wrote called The Reckoning of the Ravens. 12 original scripts from up to 6 different characters that the story unfolds over the course of the year. And if we look at February, we can see how that challenge went. Oh, Ijeoma is a member. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, I joined in February, but this is like my first time that I've been able to come to like one of the community meetings.
That is fantastic. I'm so glad to hear that. I would love to get your take on the membership so far, but this was a really great turnout for February. And as you can see, different members interpreting the script in different ways. I kept the scripts pretty generic. They're basically, the concept was different archetypal role-playing characters that you might like inhabit for Dungeons and Dragons or something like that. So it's this kind of berserker who's got this rage, right, and they're channeling it into this script. So really good turnout for this, and it looks like we can figure out who won. Cameron is the winner. So Cameron's going to get a $25 credit towards one of our services. So very cool.
If I can ask a question, Austin?
Yes.
So if you join with the membership, Wipeout membership, these are like challenges that you said that we can use to practice recording, right?
That's exactly right.
Okay. That's cool. Awesome. That gives us practice.
And this is also available as an app, and there are instructions for downloading the app in your quick links. In your
First, I got to get the microphone, so all right.
Yeah, I mean, you can, or just as you if you want to go ahead and get started, you can just make the recording on your iPhone or whatever, and just make sure it's included in the description. Hey, I'm still thinking about getting my equipment together, but I just wanted to put my submission in anyway. That's always. And then you might even get some people helping you, like if you want to ask them. Of course, we're always here to field any questions you have, but our community is very helpful as well.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Ijeoma, I'm curious about your setup and how you've been enjoying the membership so far.
Yeah, it's been really cool. It was like my first, I guess, like financial investment into voice acting. So I was a little nervous at first, but I feel like it's really like rewarding. I've been mostly like looking at the free classes so far and like just trying to like increase my knowledge about the industry. Because I feel like, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of information online and like some of it's accurate, some of it's not. So it's just kind of like understanding like what I'm getting into. And then the Berserker Rages, that was like my first challenge. So
Very cool.
that was it was fun to do because like I'm kind of like a soft-spoken person, and so I was just like yelling, and I was like, wow, this is not me at all. But
you're really pushing your boundaries and getting into those characters, like we were talking about.
It was fun. It was fun. Yeah.
That is so cool. Well, I'm really excited to hear your submission. Very cool. So yeah, if you wanted to join the, so you already have access to your member discounts. I was gonna say. So once we get the Karen Strassman dubbing workshop live, you'll be able to use your discount on that. Very cool. Okay, so let's see what else. Wanted to talk about. Did we talk about Raj's event? I don't think we talked about Raj's event. Let me pull this up here and show you something. So this month we have a role play workout coming up on March 25th. As a member, you can attend those for free, and that's a really good chance to talk about getting outside your comfort zone and inhabiting different characters and stretching your limits a little bit. It's really loose, improvisational, sort of character-driven acting, I guess, is a good way that I would put it. And it's very simple. You don't need to like. Some people think it's going to be like Dungeons and Dragons, where you have to like do a bunch of reading and stuff. It's not like that at all. You just bring a character. You can make one up as you go, and you roll some dice as well. But it's a lot of laughs. It's a lot of fun. So that's coming up March 25th. And then before I talk about Roger's workshop, any questions about that?
So is it like the challenges where you kind of like are given like a character or like a script and you act it out, or is it more like you kind of just make up your own character and like your own dialogue?
You're encouraged to make up your own character and sort of think about what appeals to you from different types of media, like movies, books, and so on and so forth, and really draw from that to make your own character. If you want character suggestions, we can provide those if you just reach out to me over email. I'll give you my email address, but you can use the contact form on our website as well. But to answer your question, most people will either kind of copy characters from film or make up something on their own. Here's my email address if you want to use it. So does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Wonderful. And as a member, you can play in roleplay workouts entirely for free, so it's a good thing to take advantage of. So that following weekend is Saturday, March 29th, and that's going to be, actually a couple of things are happening that day. It's going to be a busy day for Raj, because in the morning he's got his behind-the-scenes look at the Japanese-US voice acting industry workshop, and he's going to be touching on his experience getting started in the world of games and anime, on doing things like Cowboy Bebop and Silent Hill and things like that. And he's going to be touching on basically how these two voice acting industries interact, Japan and in the US. So he lived there for 20 years, fluent in Japanese, and so it's going to be a really exciting perspective that he's going to be sharing. So as a member, you get 30% off of that workshop. And then before I mentioned the next thing, actually, does anyone have any questions about Raj's workshop? And then that evening, if you guys are in the area, I don't know who all is local, but we have a concert. Raj is going to be performing at DNA Lounge with Lotus Juice from Persona 3 and Persona 5. And they're going to be performing all the anime music that they've worked on over the years. That's a really exciting show. And I'll provide a link for that. I don't think any of us are in the Bay Area at this particular meeting, but if you know anyone who is, you can share that link with them. Did I just lose my video here? So any questions about that? It's a bit of a tangent, but Raj has been touring with the Cowboy Bebop big band. Doing lots of shows with Cowboy Bebop music, so that's been a lot of fun. They're touring all over the nation, so if you see one of these upcoming shows and you're in the area, it's a really fun time. Some friends of mine went to the New Orleans show. They had a great time. Okay. That was a bit of a tangent, but all right, so let's talk about the week ahead. As we look forward to Linux Community Hub, I would love to hear about how you guys spent some time practicing, training, perhaps perusing these online audition platforms, and start thinking about how you're going to move forward there, whether it's just diving in with the auditions, maybe thinking about producing your demo reel or how that's going to work. But I would love to, when we meet next week, I'd love to hear a little bit about your training. So any thoughts and feelings about that? And welcome Michael as well. Hey, Raj. Hey, Michael, how's it going? Oh, looks like you're muted.
Good, Austin. How about yourself?
I'm doing really well. Thank you for asking.
Sorry I came late. I didn't get the notification until it was too late. I was just finishing a movie.
Wonderful. Wonderful. No worries. So how's your week been going? Can you tell us, for some of us who maybe haven't met you, a little bit about yourself?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for those of you who may not have met me yet, my name is Michael, and my stage name is Michael Walter. I'm based in New Jersey. Born in Brooklyn, but raised in raised in New Jersey. And I am an actor, writer, voice artist, poet, based in New Jersey, of course. And I've been a storytelling fanatic since I was a kid. Ever since I was a kid, I knew I wanted to be an actor and a writer. And over the past 10 years, especially since I graduated from high school, I've been doing background work in various film and TV shows. My most recent work was in 2024's Mean Girls, the new version of Mean Girls, which is the musical adaptation to movie. And I hope to expand my craft more in other ways.
Wow, congratulations. Can you tell us about your experience on set?
Sure. I mean, I gotta tell you, if you were to tell preteen me at the time, I was 29 at the time we were shooting the movie. If you were to tell preteen me when I first saw the original Mean Girls with Lindsay Lohan that I'd be in that same movie with Tina Fey and Tim Meadows 20 years later, I would have been like, what are you talking about? But then they were casting for extras in that movie, and what turned out to be well, what I thought was going to be a 1 day job turned out to be a 4 day job over 4 day job over a few weeks, and I had a great time on the set. The set was very warm, very welcoming. Tina Fey was amazing, and Alio Cavero was amazing. I got to meet a lot of the cast, including them. They were very nice to me, very down to earth, and I got to be in a few shots of the movie during the third act. So if you look at the third act, I don't know if you got for those of you who haven't seen the New Mean Girls, in the third act they intercut between myself on a ladder setting up the spring film with a bunch of other extras playing teachers. They intercut between us and Lindsay Lohan introducing the decathlon.
Wow, so cool.
Yeah,
And
it was
how
a
did,
4 day.
if you don't
Yes,
mind
sir.
sharing, how did you come across the audition?
Well, I work with through the casting company I work with, Grand Wilfrey Casting. They're a company who casts background extras, and I was looking at what they were casting next that year, and they said they were looking for background extras for a High School Musical. And being a High School Musical and Disney fan from the original High School, especially for the original High School Musical movies from the early 2000s, I was like, I gotta sign up for this. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know it was gonna be a fourth High School Musical or whatnot, but I had to sign up for it, and so I signed up. I didn't hear anything for about a few weeks, and then I get the email say I got it, and it's for Mean Girls the movie musical, which is both a remake of the the Mean Girls that came out now 22 years ago, and an adaptation of the Broadway version of the same movie. And my sister was really excited too because she was a huge fan of both the Broadway and the original Mean Girls, and she was actually working at the time the exact same area where we were shooting our scenes.
Wow.
It was amazing, and so thanks to my sister, because I don't drive, thanks to my sister, I got a ride to the set all 4 days I was there on the movie.
How about that?
How about that, indeed, man?
That is so cool. What a
Yeah,
coincidence.
it really was cool. It was a huge privilege to be a part of that movie. It was one of my favorite gigs actually as a background extra. I mean, I wasn't sure about even make the cut initially because with background work, you never know if you're gonna make the cut or not. But then I saw the movie and then I did make the cut. And very rarely, often do you get seen as an extra because it's not because they don't like you as an actor, but like the editors and the filmmakers directing the movie, they have to pick the best shots. So you might be a deleted scene, or you might be not in a shot that was put in another frame or whatnot. But thankfully, this is one of those ones where I got to be seen, and I'm very proud of the movie, not just because I was in it, but because I enjoy what our directors Arturo and Samantha did with it too.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. Any questions for Michael about his experience on set? Very cool. Well, Michael, did you have any questions for me or about Samurais of Sound?
Yes, I do actually. What are among your new offerings for the coming months?
Very glad you asked. We touched on that a little bit, and I will just review here. So in the coming months, we have soonest is going to be our roleplay workout, which we do every month, and free from
Oh,
membership.
roleplay workout. I'm gonna make sure for that.
Oh, wonderful! And remind me again, Michael. Do you have your membership yet or no?
Unfortunately, um. Oh, I could send. Does it cost cash? Because I see it costs some cash for the roleplay workouts.
Yes, the roleplay workouts are $29 a ticket. Unless you're a member, you can play for free.
How much does it cost to be a member?
Well, we have 3 different tiers or paths in our Samurai Sound membership. And when you go to our website and click on membership, you can see them. We have the white belt, the red belt, and the black belt. The white belt is our cheapest offering. It's $365 a year, or we like to think of it as $1 a day. And you
Black belt. I'm an average kickboxer.
What? Oh yeah, the average kickboxer. That's funny. I haven't heard that one. And you get most everything in our membership. So if you very quickly, because most of us have probably heard this before, but you get a 30% discount on the workshops. free role play workshops. Invites to our mixers, personal reel evaluation. You can get a 20% discount on the demo reel. You can access all the workshops you ever recorded. It's like a ton of footage. Our hubs, which you already hear, how to get into voice acting with Morgan Berry. That's one of our courses. Karen Strassman has a course, Launch Your Voice Acting Career. Like I said, free roleplay workouts. Ongoing voiceover challenges on our server. We were just, let's see if I can get the tab right. Yeah, we're just looking at the entries for our February challenge. That was a really good turnout. And let's see. Showcase your demo reel with a voice actor webpage of your own. We partner with Sweetwater Sound to give you some discounts on setting up your home studio. You get a little guide, resources for helping you land gigs with online platforms, some music cues, some recorded audio workshops I did, support from us, of course, including a white glove onboarding consultation, flexible payment, afterpay Klarna, and more, right? So that's the white belt. And then if you want private training, you can add on the red belt with myself or Raj, monthly private training. And if you want double the training, black belt plus your demo reel for no extra cost beyond the ticket price, and 8 workshop tickets, which is basically on pace with about all the workshops we do in a year.
Nice. Thanks, Austin. I appreciate it.
So, for instance, if you're interested in getting started with the white belt, we can actually give you a discount just for having shown up.
Thanks. What kind of discount?
It's a 10% discount here. White belt discounted. Okay.
So how much would it be now?
Well, let's find out. If we follow this link here in the chat,
God, man.
it will apply the discount, and it brings the cost of the white belt for a year down to $328.50, which you can reduce even further with Afterpay or Klarna.
I see. Oh, so with Klarna, like, if this is 328, do I pay like every month if this is gonna be a whole year?
You can do 12 payments if you want. Yep. It'd be 12 payments.
12 payments of which? Of 30 of $30?
Yes.
That's wonderful. Thanks, man. And after this, once we're done, I'll keep this in mind, and then I'll see what I can come up with. I definitely want to do what's the workout thing that's in March 25th, because how's that work?
Okay, so let's pull this back up again. And let me pull this up from the outside perspective. If you go to our website and go to Learn, and then go to Roleplay Workouts, you can see all the upcoming. We have scheduled one a month through June. And so this is the one for March 25th. So you can go
let me see. I was trying to get to your website, but...
And register here. And basically, you can bring... It's sort of like a Dungeons & Dragons format, but the emphasis is on voice acting, obviously, and improvisation. So we keep it really loose, and we have a lot of laughs and a lot of fun. You can bring any character you want. Preferably, you draw upon your inspirations as in fiction and create your own character. And then the rules for rolling the dice are really easy, so we just go over them at the beginning of the session. It's a 2-hour session.
Nice. So what time zone are you in? Because this says 5:30, 7:30. I'm in the time zone of New Jersey.
Right. So it's PT, Pacific time.
So basically, that would be, if this is 5:30 where you are, that would be 8:30 for me.
Yes.
I'll definitely sign up for this once we're finished. I'll definitely have the money to you as soon as I can.
Wonderful. Okay, that's great to hear. Yeah, we're really looking forward to seeing you there. And
thanks, I appreciate it. I look forward to it myself.
Actually, I'll just drop you the link if you want to just open it up in your browser for later.
Yeah, send the link. I appreciate it. One moment. Let me just I'll give you a glimpse of what I plan to bring to this whole thing.
Oh,
as soon as I get my...
Let me stop sharing so we can see this in its full glory. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just get rid of my background. That way you can see for myself. Not blur the background. There. What was first just a dream has become a frightening reality for those who may oppose us.
Wow.
Great mothers, I salute you.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Oh my gosh. You heard it here first, folks. So,
Rad.
oh, Justin. Let's see. Justin, welcome. Welcome, Justin.
Hey, Justin.
I assume Justin Hernandez.
So basically, for this workout, you bring your own stuff.
You can bring a character if you want to make. I mean, what I mean is you can make any character you want. If you want to draw inspiration from the character you just showed us, that totally works as well. And you can sort of put your own spin on it with its own original name. And I'm trying to unpin you here.
That's okay, man. Take your time. Hey, Justin.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good, yourself?
Doing well, doing well.
Where are you from?
From around the Chicagoland area.
Nice. Very nice.
I assume you live in the States too?
I live in New Jersey.
New Jersey. That's cool, man.
Ever visit the Second City in Chicago?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Second City, like the Second City Improv Group?
I haven't heard of it before.
Oh, you heard it from me then.
Justin, we were just talking about upcoming events. We're talking about the roleplay workout.
Right.
Yeah, we got a roleplay workout coming up March 25th. So I was just showing Michael a little bit what we do. Does that answer your question? Do you want to hear about some more? Does that answer your questions, Michael?
One question, actually. The discount you just gave me, can that also apply to the roleplay workout?
Discount does not apply to the roleplay workout. I'm sorry.
That's okay. No, I can still give you the money anyway. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, it's a good question. The only discount on the roleplay workouts is through the membership, where you get to play.
God, no problem.
And that's one type of workshop that we do. But since you asked about in the coming months, I'll share just a couple more.
Yeah.
We have lots of different focuses with our workshop. So after that, Raj is doing Japanese U.S. voice acting industry workshop, where he shares his perspective. And then, of course, you can register for community hubs here. This is what it looks like when you log in, by the way. And then Wendy Lee has an auditioning for video games and anime workshop in April. And then it's not listed here yet, but Karen's got another workshop on dubbing in June. More details on that if you stay tuned to your email. And then after that, we've got one with Karen in October for Creatures and Monsters. And all of
I see Creatures and Monsters. And I also see you have something on recording and editing your voice acting demo.
That's right. We had that event back in February.
Oh, February. That was last month. Dang it.
Yeah, I know. We are going to do another one. I have not set the date yet. Sorry, I'm flipping through my tabs here. I have not set the date for the recording for your demo reel, but it was really a great time. We looked at some of the scripts we use for recording demo reels, and we experimented with our own recordings in Audacity. And then I did a little demo on how I do the editing for that kind of thing. And we talked about the kind of production that goes into it, and we had a lot of fun, got some practice in, and learned a lot. So keep your ear out on your emails, eye out on your emails for when we set the date for the next one.
I got you, man. Thanks.
Justin, did you have any specific questions, or you just come to check in?
Just a few. One immediate one is did you see my last email regarding the newsletter or blog post that we were discussing during our last one-on-one session together?
I did have time to see it. I did not have time to read it through, but I have not done the newsletter yet. So I was
Okay.
going to incorporate all that information. Well, maybe not all of it because I'm looking at it now. I'll condense it down and provide some links to either the
Oh yeah,
Spotify
so
or
that's
YouTube.
that's totally fine. I just wanted to make sure if you got it or not.
Yeah, I apologize for not having replied, but yes, I'll incorporate it. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can share a bit, about that as well here if you'd like.
Yeah, so we were discussing before about my first actually um published out there work for voiceover. It's a new audio series that's available on Spotify and YouTube called Seraph Rising. And you can find it on the YouTube channel for Wolves of Eros, excuse me.
I'll throw the link.
And also on Spotify under the same name. I've been more than thrilled about the progress that we made with the project so far. I believe 5 episodes are out, if not 4. So to give you a good introduction into the series, I did voiceover for the first and third episodes of the series, including the trailer for the Spotify version of the series.
I threw the link in the chat, by the way.
Yes, thank you for that, Austin. But besides all that exciting stuff happening, outside of that, I did have some new things I was looking to as far as equipment upgrades. I'm looking to actually get a proper XLR condenser microphone. I looked into I will admit I got the wrong kind of microphone the first time I tried to purchase one. I got a dynamic, which I learned for voiceover is not too great as a standard to start your recordings with. So instead, I'm getting a condenser mic with XLR connection, but I'm trying to look into some large diaphragm microphones and ones that are around a range of like $400 or maybe a little over that. And Austin, I don't know if you've heard of this particular type of microphone. It's the Sennheiser MK4.
Let's pull it up. Let me share my screen here. I mean, we always recommend Sennheiser is a really great, well-known brand. So you're not gonna go wrong with a Sennheiser microphone. And if you're spending in that $400 price point, you're gonna get something that's really quality. So I wouldn't worry if it's in your budget and you're like, yeah, I want to make the next investment. It's a great option. Our go-to recommendation is going to be the Audio Technica AT4040 in that price range, but the Sennheiser works, just as well. So rest assured that it's actually a really good investment in your career.
Is it the AT2020?
The AT2020 is a slightly lower price point. I mentioned the AT4040.
4040. Okay.
And you're talking about the Sennheiser MK4, right?
Yes, the MK4.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a really great sound. I think it's gonna be a really good move for you as you're starting to book these gigs. It's gonna really level up your game. So it's and you have your audio interface already or no?
Yes, I've already purchased my audio interface. It's a Wave XLR. Pretty simple. Just has gain control and helps plug into the computer. I didn't get anything too complicated. It has 48-volt power supply with it.
Yeah, another 5 minutes.
Another 5 minutes. Okay, I'm just having trouble with somebody getting their Klarna going on it. Maybe you can.
Oh, really?
When I put their email address in, it says they already have an account. When I try to put their credit card number in, I tried a couple of times today to put their credit card number in. Email address, it says they already have an account with us.
Oh, with Kajabi, not with Klarna, probably. So you want to sign in. You want to sign in first.
Yeah, but and then purchase, but they can't. They haven't purchased the membership yet.
They still have a Kajabi account though.
Oh, so they can sign into their Kajabi account and then purchase from there. Okay.
Let's see, where were we? We were talking about the Elgato Wave XLR audio. Oh yeah, so this is really interesting. It seems like a very simple, streamlined audio interface.
It has actually like touch controls to switch. You can mute yourself easily with just like waving your hand over it. And it's a very, very simplistic, bare bones audio interface, but I like that it's simple like that, and I can adjust the gain very simply and switch through them with just a click of a couple buttons.
Very nice.
And the other ones are too bulky for my desk.
I see.
I already have enough equipment on top of it, and I really don't have extra room to put one of those bigger ones that look like a Blu-ray player.
Yeah, I know.
And then they have the knobs on like the side, and it's
We have a great question from Igioma that I'll answer. What's the first mic you recommend for beginners? So what I would recommend is, and this is one of your membership benefits, so I'll share my screen here.
Is this the Sweetwater connection?
The Sweetwater bundle. Yeah, we partner with Sweetwater Sound. So let's see. So let's open up a new tab and go into it.
I think it also depends on what your budget is.
Definitely depends on your budget, but if it's a beginner budget, around, you want to get started for around like $400 or so. This is a really good option. Let's see.
It also depends what kind of work you're looking to do as well.
Yeah, it definitely depends on that. But this is a bundle through Sweetwater where you get the AT2020, which is a pretty good starter mic. Eventually, you'll want to upgrade, but this will be good for getting started as you work towards producing your demo and stuff. Looks like Jack has his back. And then it comes with the Scarlett 2i2 audio interface. So this is going to be a really standard, easy audio interface to use, and it's going to give you a better sound than a USB microphone. Comes with Audio-Technica headphones, which is a really great piece of equipment. I still have my Audio-Technica headphones from like, oh my gosh, maybe 10 years ago, maybe more than that now. So Audio-Technica makes them really well. And of course, it's their microphone as well. So it comes with the cords and the mic stand. So only thing you want to think about is getting a pop filter. But
yeah, pop filters are always essential for any kind of voiceover work, regardless of what kind of microphone you use, if it's USB, if it's XLR. Yeah. And yeah, I think Audio-Technica is one of the more I wouldn't say cheap, but budget and easy to get into voiceover starter microphones generally.
Yeah,
but
absolutely. And then once you get into like Justin's situation where you're booking gigs and you're starting to think, how do I want to upgrade? He's going for the Sennheiser. What's the name of that microphone?
Sennheiser MK4.
Yeah. Okay. Sennheiser MK4.
It's a very simplistic microphone. It doesn't have any dials or any controls on it, but most of the control that you usually have on your microphone anyways comes from your interface. Exactly. And it works for the general purpose that I have for it.
Yeah. One thing is it's you don't have any control over the direction of the recording, so it's just a cardioid pattern, which means it's just in front. You don't have like an omni pickup pattern where you can sit around it, which is not a huge deal for voiceover.
Yeah.
And it does handle your room tone really well if you've had problems with like hissing in the past or something. So it's a great option when you're starting to think about how do I upgrade my setup. So
there's a lot of microphones that I think gets let's just say not in the forefront of like promotions and marketing. And I mean, I just came across that microphone very recently due to chance. Me just looking through different microphone comparisons. Mm-hmm. And ultimately you have to decide which one's best as far as like what your purpose is for it.
That's true.
I find I've had to test a couple of different ones. I even had to visit a studio to test different microphones for audio recordings, and discovered a lot of interesting things. But yeah, hopefully this one's going to be a microphone that I'll use for the foreseeable future. And then if I need to upgrade after that point, then that's a problem for future Justin.
Well, thank you so much for sharing, Justin. Keep us posted on that. And we will check in with each other next week to talk about the training we've done, the auditions we've done, the work we've done, and keep this going, right? So thank you for your time, and I hope that all of you have a wonderful evening and a wonderful week ahead.
You as well, Austin. Thank you.
Thanks.
See you later.